Hello everyone, hope you're having a good day. Thank you for joining me. We are continuing the battle of Antietam Creek. We are currently being attacked on two sides by the Union. As you can see, we have Mansfield, Sumner, and Franklin's Corps on the field. Technically, Franklin's Corps did not participate in the battle at Antietam. I mean, they did, but they didn't. They were moved up, but by the time they got to the field, they were pretty much put in reserve. Sumner and Mansfield, we see here, Mansfield was actually shot and killed, presumably by a Union soldier in the fog of war. Sumner was actually shot in the foot and taken off and carted off the battle, which left the Union pretty leaderless until Sedgwick actually. It was Hooker who was shot in the foot, not Sumner. It was Sumner. The Union forces in the north here were left leaderless until Sumner arrived on the field. For the most part, they weren't very well organized up until he arrived once they lost Mansfield and Hooker. But like I said, we have some of the forces trying to cross the middle bridge here. We have finally got our snipers up into location to actually put some fire onto them, but we're holding pretty well. Not too worried. We do have some Union cavalry running around out in these woods, which I'm probably going to go ahead and send my cavalry this way. Try and see if we can't take them out, because I don't feel like they're going to be doing too much here on the left anymore. Let's go ahead and move Weed up into these woods as a reserve. He's pretty much well spent at this point, though. At least until we can get some more troops onto that side of the field. Curious to see whether I want to move the Dark Angels up, but I think we're just going to leave them holding the Sunken Road. Oddly enough, the AI doesn't tend to attack the Sunken Road too much, except with these forces that come up this way, which is kind of odd. For some reason, as you saw, they pretty much all the forces that would normally or historically would have come down attacked the heights above the Hagersburg Turnpike or Hagerstown Turnpike, as well as the Sunken Road, sort of got diverted to this area here, which is typically what the AI will do, especially if you're doing a pretty good job of beating them all back, which we have done. Sometimes if you've had to retreat entirely to the West Woods, then yes, they will come down and start attacking the Sunken Road, but seeing as we've done a fair job of holding all of our positions, we have not seen that yet. Currently, where is Curtin? Good. Okay, Curtin is coming up. We're trying to put him in reserve. Might be time to run him up, because I'm very worried about how many forces. They have pretty good condition, but they are starting to amass a pretty good sizable force here. Let's move Schultz up just a little bit, just to give him some reserve fire as well, in case they get charged. We don't really have too much down here with that cavalry moving around. I am sort of putting Terry and Preston sort of to guard the southern edge of the battlefield, near where the heights would be above the Hagerstown Turnpike, which historically was actually a more significant part of the battle that a lot of people don't really give it credit for. It was the Confederate center that was broken pretty early on in the battle, and the Union pretty much held the ground. It was another back and forth fight, but the Union ended up holding the ground at the day's end. Again, but it's one of those parts of the battle that don't get talked about a lot, and I would implore you to go check out the Battlefield Trust video on this. If you just look up Battlefield Trust Antietam, you should find like a video titled like something like the Forgotten Part of Antietam or something along those lines. And it's a very interesting story that tends to be forgotten about. And even if you read books on Antietam, even the books, a lot of historians don't put a lot of value into it, but it was a much more significant part of the battle that doesn't get a lot of love. So we'll go ahead and play. Let's make sure our snipers are actually firing down here. It's really disappointing that they haven't really been doing much. They're taking some fairly strong casualties. But this is where the important part of this battle is going on. So we do have some divisions coming down. this probably from Franklin's 6th Corps. I believe it was the 6th Corps that Franklin was in charge of. We are getting a significant charge in the West Woods now. Like I said, a lot of forces. Why is Gordon exposing his flank? Why is he out of cover? I think it's because I'm getting a lot of forces into the woods right now. We're not very highly organized, so we might start making a secondary line that might be a little more well organized. Does mean that these guys are probably going to allow Confederate or Union forces into the woods, such as Morris right there, but I think a more well organized front is probably going to be the way to go. Got plenty of artillery. Our first line is not broken, so we're going to have to rely on that second line a little bit more. Alright, now that we've beat them back, what I might do, have Curtin move forward, Veach move back, Schultz forward, no, Schultz forward, not Johnson. Try and retake up position in the woods here. Try and get a little bit more organized. So that's it. Because that's the horrible part of trying to get your defense or your units lined up in a good row. Because what will happen is if they always try and get into a shooting position, and sometimes that means moving out of like cover or things of that nature, and it gets quite annoying. Haney finally broke. He was running out of ammo. We are starting to lose this sort of right side. We are starting to lose these positions. Probably move Cutshaw back in, start giving these guys some ammo. I think up here we should be okay. We're going to slowly start taking positions at the edge of these west woods. Probably, because we're probably going to start very shortly start getting overwhelmed on these lines here. We're probably going to have to abandon the east woods completely. I'm not sure where all of his cavalry went. How are we doing on this left flank? Iron Warriors are holding strong. They're doing a pretty good job. Might even move Gordon off here. See if I can't get some flanking fire on. They've actually moved their cavalry up this way. That's interesting. Run them into position. They got plenty of condition. Try and get some flanking shots. Maybe break a few of these brigades that are holding up their right flank. How are we doing over here? Finally, these guys are actually doing some good. We should probably move our ammo train down. Interesting that they have the Irish Brigade up here on their left, or right, our left, their right flank. Irish Brigade was very famously got broken at the Sunken Road. But as I said, they pretty much shifted all the forces that usually go onto towards the Sunken Road into the West Woods battle. See if a good volley would destroy Hoffman. There you go. So they're doing a lot of work on this left side to try and break our left flank. Surprisingly enough, it looks like we did a pretty good job of breaking their assault on the eastwards. I was actually beginning to worry a little bit. They've responded to us moving Gordon out this way. Let's see. I can't bring Ransom. Put some fire onto their flank. It's kind of what skirmishers are really good for. They move so quickly you can probably get them in position to do some flanking fire. They have plenty of condition. Now that they've moved all their cavalry this side, I'm wondering if I shouldn't move. You know what? I'll go ahead and move Otis and Marston back onto this flank. Yeah, that did. Pretend I didn't do that. Gordon is breaking. Come on, Johnson, get down there. He's lost 25% of his men at this point. Oof. Probably should hold off Ransom for now then. Put some more. Did I just see who's running out of ammo? Armistead's running out of ammo. Where is Cutshaw? Move him forward a little bit. Yeah, and they just are really pressing our left flank. Well, we've done a fair job of totally annihilating that force coming across the bridge. Yeah, fairly good job. But it's still not over. We're not even close to the end of this battle. So I'm not going to start pulling men up from reserves just yet. He's spent. In fact, Marston will come this way. I actually think I want to move Forrest down here as well. In fact, Marston, I think I might have an opportunity to take out some of their guns. Maybe capture some supplies as well, because it looks like they've shifted so many of their forces this way that they've left all their guns, except for Hancock here. It looks like they've left all their guns relatively undefended. There might be some opportunities to... Okay, his morale is regaining. What we're going to do is shift him far up this way. Move Ransom on. Cutshaw is now completely empty. Let's get him out of the battle. We are going to need... How are these guys doing? Supplies. Everybody's pretty well supplied. World Eaters, not so much, but we need these supplies to the north, so let's go ahead and get them up here. They are almost out of ammo. We're going to probably have to move Weed forward. Put down Iron Warriors into reserve. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move our shock cavalry into these woods, hopefully hit these guys in the rear. Okay, now we're moving on to Burnsides Bridge. So that opens up this part of the battlefield, which means a lot more artillery is probably going to start hitting these positions, so I probably should back them up a little. The Bluecoats launched their last attempt to break us. They seem to mobilize their forces past this stone bridge. It's time to give a fight here. Watch out for more Union infantry that can cross the river. City of Sharpsburg must be defended, General, at all costs. We must push back the Yankees north of Dunker Church and following the Sunken Road area. Clearing this perimeter around the city will secure our victory. Alright, so let's pause. So as you can see, yeah, they have a significant sized force that can now fire down on us. I'm actually going to move the snipers to the south here. They're not going to continue to do that. So, because I actually want them up on these bluffs, looking over Burnsides Bridge. As for our forces here, we're going to set them up. We're probably not going to be able to hold them at the bridge. We'll move one force up to help Frothbull. These supplies, honestly, I'm going to move over to the snipers first off. Whittaker here, I'm not too worried about. Actually, we're going to move Whittaker down into this position at Sneevely's Ford. That's actually what that represents. Let's move Longstreet up. Okay, make sure Leisure, let's actually move up. We might use Leisure to come across here once he commits his forces and maybe try and hit his guns. Lomax and Thomas, we're going to have to get up. They're going to take a while to get up here, but we're going to put up on that ridge there. And of course, Longstreet. Okay, so we're good down there. Forrest will move up. Maybe take pot shots with him and Otis onto their flank here. Marston, get back into cover. Hopefully. That way we can launch that flank attack. And then once Whittaker gets down here to relieve this southern forward, we're going to move Pelham up. They look relatively undefended. Hancock's far enough forward. Move forward and up to this farmhouse. Rook will move actually down here at this point, just in case the Union tries to slip some troops through this way. Back pick it up a little as well, as soon as he's starting to take some artillery fire, sends as well. Field, move here. Use Perrin to resupply Frothbull. Those guns are going to take a long time to get up there. Alright, we were able to take out one of the guns. This is exactly what I wanted. This is going to be interesting here though. I believe we can do this. Marston is going to get hurt, that's for sure. Marston was actually already faltering. Gavin took out Upton, worried about. Alright, move on to Best there. Oh. Marston might actually be broken. Might break Matthews. We're doing a pretty good job here. I'm really worried about where their cavalry went though. Might be able to get this gun battery out as well. Gavin, don't break, don't break. Get him, get him. Marston, get in there. I know your morale sucks. How are we doing over here? Stark got pushed back. Was it Stark? No, Frothbull got pushed back. Put him in reserve. Alright. Move Perrin up. Resupply him to the south. Alright, let's pause. This is starting to get it. We are pretty much broken them. God, Barksdale is... I didn't... Maybe we should move the ward bearers up. There's no more infantry on this side. Leisure. Let's see if we can't sneak him across. Be sneaky on that one. We're fine here in the south. Actually, let's keep Frostball up on those heights. We'll put Pelham in reserve. Now that Whitaker's down here, those guns are still trying to move through Sharpsburg. Stu don't know where their their cavalry is right in there. So we probably are going to have to pull our cavalry out here in a minute. Let's see. I'm actually going to break Frostball off. We're going to need to reinforce these guys. We'll leave Crocker up there, but these guys need to get in position to help. Actually, we're just going to move all these guys to our flank. We've pretty much cleared off their left, so I'm not too worried about it. Most of their troops are right here. Crocker, he will have the ward bearers and Barksdale in case he starts getting pressured, but we really need to break Hancock. These guns are pretty much broken. Probably retreat my cavalry up this way. Alright, we got a good plan. Let's see. Let's just see what happens. But we definitely need to get this ammo up here for one. Gordon's not going to hold on much longer. Ramp him up. Get out of there. Get out of there. Did not notice they brought up another infantry unit. And they've done their job for the battle. I don't know if I'll commit them to try and take out the other guns. Taking out what? I think we took out 4 batteries. With those cavalry. Everybody else is committed, so we might have a chance to knock out these 2 guns with the other cavalry. Several guns, actually. Alright, we gotta run you guys up. Gordon's not gonna hold on much longer. Gavin could take out that other, take these supplies. Something tells me it's probably empty though. Possible move up right there. Did we just like destroy it by accident? No, it's right there. Pause it, see how everything's doing. Longstreet back. Pull these guys out of range. They are. Let's move them across the river here. Brook got broken. Let's go ahead. Just to move them up into support. And of course, Leisure's now in position. Skirmishes on their flank. Oh, they had a little bit of supply left. And we'll just get these this cavalry out of here. Like I said, they've done plenty for this battle. And probably move them up here. I do see some forces slipping. I did see one force sort of slip through over here. Not sure where they're at. They're probably going to try and hit us in the rear somewhere. Get Gordon out of there. Put him in reserve. Move everybody up. Clear off this left. Armistead, you get out of there. You've done enough. Okay, so there's that unit I saw coming in. Barksdale, we'll move into these woods to support Crocker in case he gets attacked. The ward bearers will come across. I don't know what Stockton's doing, so we'll just sort of put him in the woods here. I totally forgot about Leisure. Not sure what happened up here. Let's see if we can't. Let's see. Burnside is making a charge across. I'm not sure what's going on. Looks like he might have taken out one of the batteries and then retreated. Alright, our artillery is finally moving up into position here in the south. How are we doing on this side? One shot off and then retreat. Oh, their morale is completely broken. Just get out of there. Don't know if this actually will end up being a 3-part episode now that I look at it. I think we're actually going to have plenty of time to finish this battle. I think. Going up forward up a little bit. The Iron Warriors now have plenty of ammo. I didn't even think about that, so let's move them up as well. Wow, Miller's farmhouse is just... Look at all the artillery shells. There's... How is there a unit right through here? That's odd. Oh, they're sort of sneaking their way up through there, okay. That's interesting. All of them are. But we should probably move these guys forward. Did not realize that they've been able to do that. Alright, looks like he's taken out 2 of these guns. Leisure has, that is. See if he can take out these other 2. A few more units just running around the open down here. That's interesting. More cannon. A lot of cannon on this ridge. Be able to take out that other gun though. Alright, so now that we've seen them moving, we're starting to hit them hard. Alright, let's see how we're doing up here. This left is still getting hammered. But at this point of the battle, I'm not too worried about it. what we're going to end up doing is go ahead and just move all my cavalry. Now we've gotten these guys to retreat, for the most part. Interesting. Very odd. We'll move these guys up this mountain and have them charge down. Oh, no, get out of here. Thankfully, it looks like they're pretty broken. I could probably charge them, but they've taken so many casualties. They're already going to be a pain in the butt to try and get them back up to full strength. Ooh, Johnson, this is where most of the battle's taking place at this point. Oh, Perrin's empty, so let's just get him out of there. Just avoid him getting captured. Bliss is now empty too, so again, logistics is becoming an issue, although I think most of my guys are pretty well armed. One of the first things you realize in some of these longer battles is you definitely need the logistics for it. We should move them back into the woods a little bit more. He's pretty exposed. A little bit farther back. Leapfrog these guys forward, to be honest. We'll move Pelham and Hicks. Actually, let's just move them across the river. This whole third corps, let's just start moving across the river. We'll get these guys in the town just in case, I don't know, maybe some weird Union unit was able to break through somewhere. Garnett's running low on ammo. Frothwell's running low on ammo. Alright, let's move Veach up into this forward position. Relieve the Iron Warriors. Okay, Ransom, you get out of there. Yeah, I was worried about that. Might be able to take that supply train. It looks like the two units that were around in this area are now to the north here. We'll see if we can't take those supplies from them. did have one Union unit move through. They could threaten us, but I don't think so. It looks like we should be able to take those supplies relatively easily. Ooh, a good amount of supplies too. And Crook is here in the open. He's just gonna get raped. I didn't say that. Raked is what I said. Raked. Alright, I think we'll let him get off one more volley and we're gonna go ahead and start pulling these guys back. Garnet, get off one more volley and get out of there as well. Not sure where that Union unit went. Did we totally destroy him? No, he's right there. At this point, I think it's just a waiting game. Pretty sure we've all but destroyed the Union offensive. They really don't have much, do they? I can't wait to see how many units we totally took out. Even the 3rd Division did quite well, despite their inexperience. Pretty much all my artillery is out of ammo. Well, that's a kill-death ratio right there. That seems to be it's actually a pretty significant unit. They're all crossing this bridge right here, the upper bridge. Barksdale. Wow. I'm actually fairly surprised that he's still actually going. I was sure he was gonna break. Like completely, like we were gonna lose a whole unit. In fact, let's move Preston up and not bring Barksdale up, because one good volley might actually finish him off. All these guys are out of ammo. So, Garnet actually isn't completely out. We actually have a couple Union units starting in our rear. Interesting. Captured supplies keep slowly getting threatened. Hicks up this ridge here. Pretty much at this point just waiting for the battle to end though. You know what? Let's actually have Field take the brunt of it first though. Move on level there. Few more units coming up this way. Alright. I might just go ahead and start fast forwarding this. At least go double speed. Make this go a little bit quicker. Let's see if Leisure can actually ride into their rear and do some damage. Oh, nope. No, that's actually not what I want to do. Did not realize it was more than just that unit. Not sure how Stark ended up going that way. Did I click a button to make him go that way? Okay, they are broken. So let's just start moving these guys up. This is really the only point of the battle that's really that interesting at this point. It's about to get interesting. I think this is just artillery exchanging fire. There was a random unit down here. Probably a skirmisher unit, I'm not sure what that is. Maybe get him to surrender. Interesting. I wonder if they're actually going to attack the Sunken Road at this point. Alright, got them to break totally. I would have loved to see them surrender, but Interesting that Manson is blue layout. Let me guess, Chapman is my howitzer. Yeah, of course. It's funny that these guys are just no casualties along our first corps or our first division, except for a little bit in the Dark Angels. We're actually, let's go ahead and shift these guys all north here. Leave these guys. Oh no, there's no way they can cross. Seeing as we're pushing these guys out of the south here. Cannon's shine again. Alright, let's just go ahead and finish the fight. We're going on past 45 minutes at this point. So, victory at Antietam. Got a little dicey there in the middle, but we ended up decimating the Union essentially with only 13,000 casualties ourselves. There's been times where I've taken 20,000 casualties. So actually 13,000 is not too bad, especially when you consider I killed 52, or they took 52,000 casualties for infantry. We didn't even lose a single gun. I lost 22 men out of our artillery. We lost a significant portion of our cavalry. We did use them, I would say, fairly effectively, but they definitely paid the price for it. They lost more cavalry, though. Really, putting all those forces at the bridge really helped us. The Iron Warriors killed the most, but I really think Edwards losing only one man to 24,000, or 2,400, sorry, not 24,000. Let's see how far down. Hancock. Yeah, that battle for the Eastwoods, he stayed there a significant portion of the time, took a lot of casualties himself, but only dished out 750. This actually might be one of my better playthroughs of Antietam for this map, this time around. As you can see, we didn't even take any casualties. A few wounded officers, but no dead. Not a single one died, which is very good, especially when you see all these lieutenant generals and major general promotions. That's awesome to see. More major generals, brigadier generals, Nathan Forrest. So that's always good to see. And then, of course, this is going to help. All those Harper's Ferries definitely going to help. A lot of Springfields going to help. More Enfields. They're pretty much just giving us the weapons we need to fill out these cores, and that's great. Look at all. It's captured a significant amount of supplies. I like that. Got a good portion of our Mississippi's back. A lot of the Lamats back. That's good too, because we did take a significant amount of shock cavalry dead. But yeah, overall, like I said, one of my better playthroughs of Antietam. Losing 13,000 men may seem like a lot, but that's just a drop in the bucket for battles that are going to come. I mean, even like Fredericksburg, you can actually take a lot of casualties. It doesn't seem like it, but you could actually mount a lot of casualties. So 13,000 at Antietam is actually a fair trade-off, I would think. But we're definitely going to wait to the next episode to sort of fill out our army. This episode went pretty long. Like I said, I was pretty sure this was actually going to end up being 3 episodes, so I'm glad we were able to only make it 2, although albeit 2 longer episodes. So, 2 career points, 20 to our reputation, almost 400,000 in money, 1,250, which pretty much gives us everybody we lost back. When you add that to our medicine skill as well as the prisoners exchange, I think we pretty much break even for the amount of casualties we took. So that's always good as well. And of course we gain Robert E. Lee at the end of this battle, which of course we'll definitely put to good use. So thank you all for watching. I'm glad you stuck around with me for this long. And yeah, I appreciate it. You all have a good day. Bye-bye.